Hello, friends. Welcome back to Pocket Review. Sorry, I've been unwell, so this is a video which is coming after a very long time. So, sorry for that. Our Diwali video is special because we believe that Diwali provides the most tough conditions for photography, as the lights are varied, colored differently, and the ambience is also backlit or not lit at times. So, from that perspective, we wanted to really challenge ourselves and the viewers to see how do we get across so many photographs that we clicked, and we filtered out 6 of them out of maybe 50 odd photos that we clicked during Diwali, and we kept them for your view. Now, the interesting thing about these 6 photographs were that all of these 6 photographs, and these are the 3 very capable phones from which the photographs were clicked. These has got very strong camera systems. So you see the high megapixel, 200 megapixel camera on Samsung. Google phones are more AI and processing when it comes to photography, and Apple, using photographic styles and its neat sensors, has kind of created a niche for itself. Now, the interesting part about these 6 photographs, and before we even jump there, we got more than 7,100 reviews, and trust me, for a new channel like us, this was really overwhelming and humbling. So thank you all for your support. Thank you so much for sharing the love for tech, and also showing the belief in our channel. And out of that, almost we got a huge number of responses, and from there we have picked up the best responses, and we wanted to share with you how that flows. So if I look at the first picture, for the first image, it's the image of a building where there is some lights, and the lights are yellow in color. So I look at the first, I'll go through the response, and I'll share with you that what really was the response like, and you can also see it on your screen. So an overwhelming number of users, actually 85% users said option C in this case. And I think a lot of it has got to do with if I really look at it, it's about the way this camera, and I'll come to the name of it, handle the background and the low light image while still being razor sharp focused on the way the foreground is coming. So you can see the window, and you can see the railings and the lights all appearing very uniform in this. The photograph B is kind of washed out, and A is more or less, if you see, some part of it has got a bit hazy. And when we clicked these photographs, one of the things to remember was we used the same resolution and same camera throughout, so we didn't touch or we didn't make it non-uniform. So we played with only primary camera at 1x, so that most of the photographs were coming across as the same, and we didn't, even for Apple, we didn't apply any photographic style. It was standard, so you don't see any gold or rose gold hue in it. So that's what we wanted to highlight. Now if I go to image 2, which is a selfie image, in this we did see again a large number of people, almost 84% people saying C. And if I look at it, right, the image C, if you go to the background, it captures the details much better than the other phones. It also has a wide angle to the selfie, so you can see more details in the background, and it kind of maintains that hue around the face as well. So you can see face lit up. B again was a bit washed. I think it kind of confused the lights that were on top with the lights that were falling on the person. A was very good, but again the details were missing from the photographs, so it kind of became tough for most of the users. But we still had an overwhelming response on C here. If I go further down, this is a very nice image where, if you really look at it, we have kept this. So if you look at image 3, which had a image of a neat and clean candle, and it was in a dark background, so you can see this candle is like on the side of the road. So obviously the background was black behind. Now each of these phones have treated this image very differently, and I think it's also about the user taste, because when I go through the response on this, it's pretty much equal, though there is 28% for uh, image C, there is 35% for image B, and almost 35% for image A. So a lot of people have rated this image in terms of what they like in this. Again, overwhelming percentage moving towards B and A, because those images look clearer. Though some people also felt that it's a candle, so it is kind of lighting up, and that's why image C is also in the preference. Now, if you ask me, because I clicked that image, image B is the closest to the actual representation, and the reason for that is image B was the one which kind of put the background in darkness. Image A somewhere made this whole thing look very artificial with a green background, and I can also see a white board. I don't know what that was, because there was nothing like that. It was like facing the road, so there was nothing which was there on the boundary of the place where this candle was kept. And image C kind of washes out the sorry, candle lens with the details. So that becomes another challenging aspect of this photo, but I think we got almost equivalent number of votes. Now, if we go to this image of the gate, and this is a gate, and these are lights hanging from the gate, and there's a tree in the background. So this image was again very difficult from a photography perspective, because there was absolutely nothing, no light supporting this photo. Yet, if I see the responses that we almost got people saying it's a competition between A and C. And the reason for that is B becomes again washed out. And really it's a competition between A and C, but if you really ask from a user perspective, users believe overwhelming number of people have said that it's the C which is winning, and not the A. So that's something that really stood out. And I really go and look at it. It does look like that, because C kind of brings more details, both from, if you see the lights are more illuminated around the corners, and you can also see more clearer image of the tree in the background, specifically of the leaves in the place where they are hiding behind the lights. So that makes it C again from the overall perspective. If I go to image 5, which is the full image, and this was again clicked closer to the uh, so evening, so it was like almost dusk, and there was no light, no darkness, no light. It was like in the middle of the time when sun had set, and there was slight darkness in the background. Yet these images that you see there, they have produced a very, very good representation of what it was. And I think this is one image which most of the users were again confused, and they did mention that overall it was a choice between A and B, and C was somewhere missing. So if you really look at it, again, A and B were very close here, because if I look at the representation of the building, if I look at the shadows, the lights, and how the highlights come out, it's pretty accurate. C again becomes a bit oversaturated, a bit washed out, and there are certain areas where you can see the image is not really uh, throwing equal colors. So that's what the users also kind of felt. And last but not the least was a very challenging image which we took of a tree, which was illuminated from all sides. Now, when the tree is illuminated, obviously there's a sense of seeing what exactly is the uh, if you really look at it, the scene becomes very bright, and at that point of time, capturing the lights and yet maintaining that conditioning was very important. And this is where I think, if even if I go to the responses, C stood out, and C was able to get the highest percentage, and there was hardly any competition between A and B. And if I really look at it, you can all see the reasons why C stood out here, because it's very kind of clear image with the tree and the leaves all showing up, and there's a bright light which you can see across. In the case of A, I think the camera assumed that there's enough light, and so it kind of projected it on the background as well of the leaves. And in B, it almost kind of washed out the entire image with lights. So that's what happened. And most of you would have also guessed which phone this would have been. But if you go, and we have already put the names on the slide, so you'll be able to see them. But it was a competition between the Pixel and the iPhone. Samsung, for some reasons, in situations like these, came up with more saturated photos, and therefore it was placed at number three. iPhone, with its more realistic colors, more realistic tones, was number two. But guess what? The overwhelming votes went to Google Pixel 9 Pro XL in this particular case. And therefore, our winner is Google Pixel 9 Pro XL. Do let us know, how did you find this? We'll be coming up with more reviews like this, and we'll also be launching more competitions